Alright, let's try this again. This is the day after, because I got Climbey working on the Neo 3 yesterday, but it wasn't all the way, like, worked out yet. And, now it is. So, yeah, I got the Neo, or the 5 Focus 3 version of Climbey running on the Neo pretty quick. I added the controllers and, like, offset them a little bit so that they would actually feel good in terms of, like, distance to the hands. And now I got it working. So I noticed the frame rate is a little low right now while it's recording. When it's not recording, it runs at 90. So I'm guessing there's some performance penalty to turning on recording, which makes sense. Let's see if we'll do better in the, yeah, 90. Great. These are just the built-in levels really quickly. But the whole like level downloading system works now. And well, as you can see, the actual tracking on the controllers is quite good. It basically feels like Quest with maybe slightly lowered quality, because sometimes when you snap it back into view, it'll like fly off for a second. But in terms of like hard jumps and fast motion and stuff, it's perfect. I'm quite fond of this headset so far. The only negatives I have are related to the things it copied from Quest 2, basically. Like the IPD slider is 3 settings, just like the Quest 2. That kind of makes my eyes strain a little bit because my IPD is slightly wider than like the center one. But other than that, it's quite good. There's also a bit of chromatic aberration at the edges of the lenses, which is like where the colors slightly separate. And I'm guessing, since this thing is basically a carbon copy of the Quest 2, down to the lenses and everything, I'm guessing they just haven't corrected for it in software properly or something. I can't be sure on that. Also, this will be the first time I hear the microphone sound quality, because it didn't work in yesterday's recording, but I found the setting for it. Fucking genius, am I right? But in terms of like skill level with this headset in Climbey, it's like pretty much spot on. Oh, I fucked that up. But like fast swings and everything just works perfect. Alright. Of course, I don't really show it well right now because it's slightly rusty. But so far this headset is pretty impressive. I had some weird bugs yesterday with the skin color and character color not being set correctly, but they work now, so fixed them. The only thing that doesn't work so far is the haptics on the controllers. So I don't have any haptics right now, and I need to figure out why that is, because they're supposed to just work. Since I'm using Unity XR for this, porting between the Focus 3 and this thing is fairly straightforward. I did notice that 90 Hz mode doesn't work unless you turn on like experimental 120 Hz mode. That's like a software thing, I guess. If you don't turn that on, it'll gets stuck on 72 hertz. I don't know why it does that, but it does perfect 90 here, so. And the resolution on this thing is slightly lower than the 5 Focus 3, which Climbey already runs quite well on, so that's probably why this is mostly flawless. With the occasional frame hitch just from it being Climbey and me not being good at programming, I guess. Controllers are quite nice too, like they feel good in the hand. They're slightly bigger than touch controllers, so they feel nicer to hold to me. But yeah, my main complaint are with the lenses, I guess. Complaints. Which would be that chromatic aberration. Which you can kind of look past, really, because it's not a very expensive headset. If this was on the Valve Index, I would freak out, but this thing's supposed to be only like 400 bucks. So I can kind of see past that, because it's not that disturbing. It's kind of like a little extra effect on the edges of objects sometimes. And the screens in this thing are the same density as the Quest 2, so it's like 2K per eye or something, which is quite nice. It's not 2.5K like the Focus 3 is, but I'll take it. Since this thing just has an XR3, or 2, I mean, XR2, that is slightly underclocked like the Quest 2's. It's doing just fine with this resolution. I don't need a... Oh, maybe I did. Checkpoint. But this is just the built-in levels. I can also grab a custom level from the server and load it up, no problem. Multiplayer also already works just fine. Because that just works on the Focus 3 too. I do still think the Focus 3 is slightly nicer than this one, because comfort-wise, this headset isn't amazing, but that's, again, probably because it's mostly a rebranded Quest 2, essentially. And I only got the basic Neo 3, not the Neo 3 Link or the Neo 3 Pro. So I can't really speak to its like PC VR capabilities. I tried streaming for a bit, which was pretty good, but the Focus or the Neo 3 Link is going to be nicer for that because it has the direct display port connection. These are all downloaded from like a custom server that grabs levels from the Steam Workshop through multiplayer. So these are all community made levels, which aside from the quality, so aside from the quality varying quite a lot and like the resolution or the FPS being a little unstable in some of them, they're quite good. Let me just skip this one because it's massive. Oh, okay, sure. The main fun in Climbey definitely comes from multiplayer, so I'm glad all of this just worked out of the box without me really having to do anything special. The only thing I need to work on is the badge. Like, it shows a badge on what headset you're on. So I need to make one specifically for the Neo 3 so that people can actually identify people on this headset. It's not necessary, it's just a little fun extra. Oh, this one is dumb because I remember it. Yeah, it's great. Fucking troll people. That's what you get when you rely on users for content, I guess. Tower hell. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Maybe later, but VB Reality Dungeon. This one is pretty complex, and I'm seeing not super stable frames, which makes sense because this has a lot of blocks in it. 70 FPS, that's terrible. Suppose if you didn't turn on the 120 Hz mode, it would still run at 72 Hz. Oh, damn it. Well, that's fun. This one again? I already get this. Get it out of me. Get out of here. Gravity fun. Don't like this one. Bunch of zero gravity walking around. This one was in yesterday's video too. Whee. And just like the Focus 3 has shadow resolution options, which I showed off in the video yesterday too, but couldn't really tell you about. Essentially it doubles it with each step, but this is the max I can do because there's limits to the XR2, and like Unity's real-time shadow rendering on Android isn't amazing. So that's kind of sucky, but wow, there's a guy online. I'm tempted to join, but I don't think I should yet. I should fix up some other stuff first. They're just playing the built-in levels. Oh, don't. And yeah, this station also wasn't working quite right yesterday, but now it is. As you can see, I have like the mirror working, which is on Android is just a simple camera, as opposed to like the cool stereo mirror you get on PC, but that it's just a performance thing because even this one doesn't run perfect. See, if you move fast, it's just like Quest, where it just picks up your movements, and like as soon as you get back in frame, it's usually just perfect, but there's a few times where it just freaks out. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with how inside-out tracking is turning out to be in terms of quality. It's very good. But yeah, I'm working on Climbey for Neo 3 before the Neo 3 link ships to people. Not sure if I'm going to make that. Depends on how rigorous their QA process is. I'm not expecting too much of a problem there, but we'll see. And then you'll be able to buy it on the Neo 3. Well, it's not on Quest 2, because fuck Oculus and Facebook and stuff. They can all just fuck off. I'm very sorry to, like, people that bought into the Quest 2 expecting to have Climbey on it, but I just really don't want to support that company. And now I don't need to, because the Neo 3 is going to be here. And then whatever else Pico brings to the Western market. Should be good. Given that it's like TikTok behind it. TikTok is massive, so their funds should be able to match or at least get close to Oculus and Facebook and stuff. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Given some time, I think the Neo 3 and its successors will be a welcome addition to the VR standalone market. My ideal headset is still the Focus 3, but there's no consumer version of that, so guess I'll have to make do with the Neo 3 instead. All these names are starting to get confusing though, for sure. All the 2s and 3s and shit. I hope this microphone sounds sort of decent at least. But I'll hear that in a bit. Alright, I'm gonna sign off now and keep working on this after I upload it. Alright, and there's this, which is pretty cool. It's their in-between hub thing. It's bare bones, but it does exactly what it needs to, which is just like exist as an in-between space. And there's this built-in sports thing I haven't looked at yet, but I'm guessing Climbey will do pretty well in there too. Alright, later folks.